My husband left the entire inheritance to our son, who kicked me out of the house. All I had left was an old garage, until I saw what was inside. I never imagined the worst day of my life would become the catalyst for my rebirth. But let me start where it truly began. In that cold conference room at the law office, where fluorescent lights buzzed overhead and the air conditioning made me pull my cardigan tighter. I was 52 years old, recently widowed, and about to discover just how little I apparently meant to the man I'd spent 3 decades beside. The attorney cleared his throat, adjusting his reading glasses. My son sat across from me, his leg bouncing impatiently, checking his phone every few seconds. He'd barely looked at me since the funeral 3 weeks ago. To my beloved son, the attorney began. And I watched my boy's face light up with anticipation. I leave the penthouse apartment at Riverside Towers, the investment portfolio, the vintage car collection, and all associated monetary accounts. My son's grin widened. 19 years old, fresh out of college with a business degree, and now suddenly wealthy beyond imagination. He didn't even try to hide his satisfaction. The attorney continued. To my wife of 30 years, I leave the property located at 847 Industrial Boulevard, the detached garage structure and all contents therein. Silence crashed over the room like a wave. I blinked, certain I'd misheard. I'm sorry, what? The garage on Industrial Boulevard. Your husband purchased it in 2011. A garage? The word felt foreign in my mouth. That's all? My son laughed. Actually laughed. Not warmly, but something sharp and dismissive. Looks like Dad knew who the real winner was. I turned to stare at him, this stranger wearing my son's face. Excuse me? Come on. You haven't worked in what, 15 years? You barely understand how to use your smartphone. Meanwhile, I'm building my future. Dad obviously saw which one of us could actually handle wealth. Each word was a calculated strike. I gave up my career to raise you, I said quietly, hating how my voice trembled. Yeah, well, maybe that's why you ended up with a garage. He stood, pocketing his papers. Dad was always practical. He gave valuable assets to someone who could appreciate them. No offense, but offense was precisely what he meant to give. I sat frozen, my hands clasped so tightly in my lap that my knuckles had gone white. How had we arrived here? I thought back to the computer science courses where I'd met my husband 33 years ago. We'd been lab partners, both fascinated by technology, spending late nights debugging code and dreaming about the future. He'd loved my analytical mind. You see the invisible, he'd told me once. Then came marriage at 22, and pregnancy at 33. Then the decision. His career was established, mine was climbing, and someone needed to be home. Just for a few years, we'd promised each other. But years stretched. School became middle school, became high school, and somehow my few years became 15. My programming skills grew rusty. The technology I'd once mastered evolved beyond recognition, and I found myself increasingly lost in conversations about frameworks that hadn't existed when I'd last worked. I became the woman who managed the household, who volunteered at school events, who supported her husband's long hours by ensuring he never worried about dinner or laundry. I became background music in my own life, and now, apparently, I'd become someone worth only a garage. The keys indeed are in this envelope, the attorney said gently, sliding a manila packet toward me. My son was already at the door. I'll need you out of the apartment by next week. I'm having it renovated. Fresh start, you know? Out? That's my home. Our home. It's my apartment now. You can watch the full story on my channel by clicking on the title of the video below.